Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of Movie Game Nostalgia, and today it's a movie poster special again, and I've isolated a couple of things. Obviously these posters are all from the 90s and the 2000s when I had the video shop in Manchester. This week obviously we've got the new Skywalker, new Star Wars, or the last in the 9 film epic, obviously coming out. I'm shooting this in towards the end of December 2019. So we've got the old. So I've just had a quick look back, and I've got 3 posters of Star Wars that dated back to the video shop days I'm going to share with you. And the other thing, we've got The Angel Has Fallen coming out to buy on DVD and Blu-ray, which stars the wonderful Morgan Freeman. So again, I've just picked out some Morgan Freeman posters to have a look at from the 90s and 2000s, and I'll tell you a little bit about them as well. So give you a bit of information. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Please push the old subscribe button over there somewhere. There, over there. Far away today. I'm not very small, I'm just far away. Please push the bell notification so you know these reviews and film reviews, etc. all coming out. So please do that. And obviously all these are posters available on movieGameNostalgia.com, my website for DVDs, board games, and of course movie posters. Right, let's have a quick look at these then for you. And the first one we're going to look at, obviously, Star Wars Trilogy. Pick that up a little bit. It's quite a big poster, about 26 inches by 19 inches. So it's really, really good. I can't quite get it all in there, can we? But there you can see with Darth Vader's helmet. And obviously this can coincide with the release of the Trilogy edition, so it's available on video for a limited time. Obviously, it's like any of these DVDs, videos. We're always rebringing them out all the time. Obviously, the three films in the Trilogy all got high ratings. Obviously, the original Star Wars in 1977, the second was 1980, and the third was 1983. And Internet Movie Database, in order of the films, was at 8.6 out of 10, 8.7 out of 10, 8.3 out of 10. So obviously did tremendously well. I mean, that's a great post, isn't it, of Darth Vader. Apparently Darth Vader, obviously played by David Prowse, he was originally offered, him and Peter Mayhew, who actually did the Chewbacca. Obviously they're both big guys, so they were both offered. And David Prowse said he wanted to be a baddie, and Peter Mayhew said he wanted to be a goodie. So obviously part and parcel of this was obviously Chewbacca became Peter Mayhew, and obviously David Prowse became the man inside this outfit as Darth Vader. So that's a great poster, isn't it? That's a great thing to have on your wall. Star Wars Special Edition Trilogy. Next one we're going to look at, well, I mean, this is legendary, this guy, isn't it? Darth Maul. Absolutely superb. Again, from the Phantom Menace. The guy I think he only had 3 lines in the actual film itself. 6.5 out of 10 Internet Movie Database rating. Out on video the 3rd of April. So we go back to the videos here in 1999. So we're not quite into the DVD mode. Another great poster. I've sold a few of these. I've only got a couple left now. This is on MovieGameNostalgia.com. It was 115 million to make this version, number 1, and it got just over $1 billion back at the box office, 1.027 billion. And Darth Maul only had 3 lines in it, and that leads me to the last one, the Phantom Menace, which that's a great one, isn't it? The Podrace with all the lead characters in it as well, which is nice to see there. But obviously at the bottom you got the old classic Podrace again on 3rd of April. Excuse me, out to own on video. The spectators for that Podrace actually were taken from a San Francisco 49ers American football game. So all the crowd, the crowd watching the Podrace, etc. A lot of it was actually taken from them. What a great film. That's the last of the Star Wars things I've got. I only got 3 now left from there. I did have more posters, but obviously I've sold them over time. But that's another great poster again. about 28 inches by 19. Really good. A little bit of battering around the edges, but obviously it can be trimmed and framed within this border anyway. So it's a great poster, isn't it? One of my favourites, that. Right, on to Mr. Morgan Freeman. I was having a look at some of his films, and again, these are just the films I actually had in the from the video shop. I had obviously done many films. Quite a mixed bag of films from Morgan Freeman, actually. This is his earliest. I put them in date order. This is 1996. 50 million to make, and it only took back 60 million. Obviously, it's about a couple of green inventors, philosophy, if you like, who are actually like conspiracy theory film where people are trying to put them out of business because they've invented a clean way of making power. Got 5.7 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. It wasn't a great score, was it? 5.7. But Brian Cox is always in this. Is also in this. I think he's a British actor, Brian Cox. And Morgan Freeman actually shares the same birth date as Brian Cox, not the actual date, sorry, birthday. Obviously, they're not the same age. This was 1st of June. Him and Brian Cox both share the same birthday, but it's great to have a very young-looking, unbearded Keanu Reeves as well, isn't it? But Morgan Freeman, apart from him getting a little bit greyer, he never seemed to age, did he, Morgan Freeman, at all? Chain Reaction, great film. And the next one, a little one here, a little poster, smaller poster. These are 17 inches by 17 inches. And it was, of course, Kiss the Girls from 1997, the famous serial killer film, of which there's been 1 or 2 sequels. And Morgan Freeman, actually, Denzel Washington was put down to star in this originally. And obviously Morgan Freeman took over. And on the sad side, I think Ashley Judd was... this was where the Harvey Weinstein thing, I think this is where Ashley Judd was abused by Harvey Weinstein during this film. So it does have a sad tale to it. But away from that, it's a good film. 6.6 out of 10 Internet Movie Database. Kiss the Girls. Great film. The wonderful Morgan Freeman. And then we go on to another big one here. This is another big... Not so well. It didn't do so well, did it? I mean, hard rain Morgan Freeman with the wonderful, obviously, Christian Slater as well. 5.9 out of 10. I think it deserved a bit of a better score than that on Internet Movie Database. This was the second time Freeman and Slater had worked together. They also worked together on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So this was the second film they did together, obviously. 70 million budget, and it got a pathetic 20 million back at the box office, so it didn't do very well at all. Anyway, it was real. I mean, I think it's a good film. I watched it quite recently, actually, but I did enjoy that. But another Morgan Freeman vehicle, Hard Rain. Right, on to the year 2000. So we're into the new millennium now. Just straighten that up. And we've got the wonderful Renee Zellweger for start, but obviously Morgan Freeman. As I said, he did do a wide range of films and budgets, etc. Morgan Freeman, he wasn't shy at doing different things. This got a 6.1 out of 10. It was all right. It was a black comedy thriller sort of thing about this girl was obsessed with a soap star. Obviously also starred the wonderful Chris Rock. There was a scene in this between Chris Rock and Morgan Freeman where they were buying some pornography, but it was actually taken out of the film. It wasn't deemed to be necessary, even though the film was quite dark anyway. It was actually taken out, but not one of Morgan Freeman's best. Obviously, 35 million budget, and it only took a horrible 29 million back, so it did lose money at the box office, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's not bad. It was Golden Globe winner, Best Actress for Renee. So there you go. Well done, Renee, for at least doing that in a pretty mediocre film as far as most people were concerned. And obviously we talked Kiss the Girls before, didn't we? So this is Along Came the Spider from 2001 with Morgan Freeman again, obviously. Sequel to Kiss the Girls, 6.4 out of 10. So did pretty much the same sort of score at the box office as the original. Did I prefer this to Kiss the Girls? Perhaps not. Perhaps Kiss the Girls was a little bit better. And they're promoting Kiss the Girls there, also available on DVD. This was his Morgan Freeman's last appearance as as Alex Cross, and obviously I think it was Tyler Perry went on to star in other films that were about Alex Cross. So this is his last one, but a nice poster, nice spiders, whatever. Just a nice, really nice poster. Morgan Freeman there. And we get on to one that a lot of people have missed this along the line. I mean, I tend to forget this film when I sort of raise its head again. I thought, oh yeah, I remember that now. Out to rent on video from February. So The Sum of All Fears was from 2002. Obviously, it's a Jack Ryan, who obviously has now got his own TV series, hasn't he, on Amazon, I think. Jack Ryan thriller. Obviously, is it Tom Clancy, the writer? I'm not sure who wrote that, to be honest with you. Also starred James Cromwell. James Cromwell, and this is the president, and Morgan Freeman's part of his entourage, and one of the high up in his entourage. And obviously, later on, he would obviously would go, and in Deep Impact, obviously Morgan Freeman will be the president, and this James Cromwell was one of his entourage, a quite high up official. So they reverse roles in a film later on, obviously, but this is Morgan Freeman, not quite as a president in this one. A good film, a good thriller, good action thriller, Sum of All Fears, if you've not seen that. 6.4 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. 68 million budget, did really well, 194 million back, so just under 200 million back at the box office. So that was one of Mr. Freeman's better ones. And on to one of his more obscure ones, an upside down Morgan Freeman for there. He's just the right side up for me. So we're going to the big bounce. This is 2004 now. So we've got the DVD and video. So in 2004, videos are on the way out. Sort of the DVDs are taken over by them. But the big bounce, obviously, with some great actors in it. Obviously, Vinnie Jones. I'm not going to say he's a great actor, but it's nice to see Vinnie Jones, Charlie Sheen, Owen Wilson, Morgan Freeman. About a con artist. Only got 4.9 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database, which is pretty poor, isn't it? To be honest with you. So. And it's funny, actually, Morgan Freeman had a line in this where he said, God is only an imaginary friend for grown-ups. And then obviously if you think about it, it was Morgan Freeman went on to play God in Bruce Almighty, which I do have the poster for as well, but doesn't actually feature Morgan Freeman, so I've not dug it out for you today. But obviously, quite ironic, he did that line that God is an imaginary friend for grown-ups, and then he went on in 2000. He was actually playing God in Bruce Almighty back in 2003. So that was quite unusual. Nice little link on there. And the last one we're going to look at today, slightly bigger one. This is about 24 inch by 18 inch. And this is probably the most acclaimed film of all the films, apart from the Star Wars films, of all the Morgan Freeman films we're looking at today. Obviously, we're talking $1 Million Baby, with the wonderful Clint Eastwood, Hilary Swank, Clint Eastwood diary. It's a Clint Eastwood film, obviously. And this is back to 2004. So it's a couple of 2 or 3 years before I closed my video shop. I actually stopped getting posters about 2005 because I couldn't afford to buy the rental copies of DVDs, which are, you could go in the shop and buy these rental DVDs for £12, £13. I was having to pay £40, £50 because there's a rental shop for them. So it was basically just to put us out of business. So that's how eventually they succeeded, didn't they? A couple of the big stores like Blockbuster hung on for a year or two, but obviously they were eventually had to give up the ghost as well. And that was just such a shame that rental shops had to bite the bullet, but it was because of the distributors and the film companies. That was the only reason. They were just wanting, they did want their own distribution rights and satellite channels, etc. So that was the end of the rental shops. But this is one of the last probably posters that actually picked up $1 Million Baby. Great film, 8.1 out of 10, won loads of awards, as you know. 8.1 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. Morgan Freeman was asked to play the Clint Eastwood role, but he did prefer to play the Eastwood, the role he got. He didn't want to play the Eastwood role, and he actually preferred the other role. So obviously Clint ended up playing his own role, but Morgan Freeman was offered it. I mean, you just see Morgan Freeman there, almost lost in the background, isn't he? But that's a great film to finish off, and a bit of information for you about video shops and what happened. As I said, it was such a shame, and that's why a lot of independents. I lasted a bit longer than some of the other independents. I did have ideas to actually keep going, but I'd run out of, you know, the way we were treated really by the distributors, film companies, and etc. I mean, it was just a bit demoralising at the time, and I did actually give it up. So, yeah, and I left the video shop in 2008. I actually stopped, but as I say, poster-wise, because I wasn't seeing any reps anymore. I was having to buy films from elsewhere. I couldn't get them from the main suppliers I was using. So, last 2 or 3 years of having the video shop, I just didn't get any posters at all, which is a great shame because there'll be even more posters to show you, obviously, with the wonderful Morgan Freeman. Hope you enjoyed that anyway, the Star Wars posters and the posters with Morgan Freeman. Hope you enjoyed that. Please push the old subscribe button and the bell notifications so you know when these are coming out. And obviously, if you're into football, I do Manchester City vlogs. So again, all the links are below in the comments. Please go to the comments. I have links to other poster videos I've put out there as well. I'm sort of doing that bit by bit. So please just check out the playlists on Bernard Deneen YouTube and see my links on their Twitter at nostalgia_movie. Anyway, thank you for watching. Whatever you do the rest, have a great one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and obviously look after your families. And I'll hopefully see you all very soon.